But when it comes to the state of play, my gut's telling me it's going to be January. Sony did a state of play last January, and we seem to be there seems to be a pattern with both Sony and Microsoft, and maybe we can throw Nintendo in there now, because Nintendo apparently is going to reveal the Switch 2 in January. Microsoft's going to be holding their developer direct in January. They've been doing that seemingly every January for the past couple of years. And I think Sony's starting to get comfortable with the idea of having a state of play every January.
Oh, Jesus, Billy. Not again.
Here it is, the end of 2024, and already PlayStation fanboys are asking PlayStation for a state of play or a showcase. MBG is saying he wants the showcase to be in January, or he's hoping that the showcase or the state of play will be in January. Of course, Xbox, we already know they're having their developers direct in January, and MBG is like, yo, last year they had it in January, so I'm hoping they have another state of play in January. But at the end of the day, PlayStation hasn't shown you guys a damn thing. And the super secret showcase that was supposed to be in 2024 did not happen. And here we go again. Same old shit.
Because one of the things I was expecting at the Game Awards this year when it comes to PlayStation was for them to kind of lay out something. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, they're going to have Days Gone remastered, or I was talking about the idea of this rumored God of War collection showing up, because right now Sony doesn't have anything. I mean, literally, they have nothing.
There's one thing about MBG I can actually respect, is this guy will call out Sony for bullshit, for their lack of content, for anything that he feels PlayStation isn't doing right. He will call them out. Now, with that being said, it appears that he's admitting that PlayStation doesn't have anything. When you're up there talking about remasters or remakes to that should be announced, that's showing you right there that PlayStation doesn't have the content that some of their fanboys want. Yes, they showed off Intergalactic at the Game Awards. They showed off Ghost of Yotei in 2024. But at the end of the day, they really only have 3 first-party games announced. Well, let me change that. 4 if you include Fair Games. Wolverine, Ghost of Yotei, and now Intergalactic. Of course, they have Death Stranding, which is, of course, a second-party deal waiting for 2025. But let's be real, y'all. Because PlayStation fanboys have been begging for a showcase and PlayStation hasn't given it to them, they've been talking about a super secret showcase will be in December 2024. Obviously, that didn't happen. These guys are begging for PlayStation to show them something. Show them something. And as of right now, PlayStation just isn't giving it to them.
Well, they have Spider-Man 2 for PC, but putting that aside, they don't have anything lined up between for January, February, or March. And then even after that, in April, it's another PC port with The Last of Us Part 2.
Listen, guys, MBG is on to something here. He's talking about PC ports, and as of this moment, that's the only thing they have announced for the first half of 2025. In 2024, PlayStation fanboys made fun of Xbox for not having anything but Hellblade 2 for the first half of 2024. Now check this out, 2025, as of right now, because of course they can possibly have a state of play in January. They can possibly announce some things in January or February, but as of right now, they have 0 games announced for the first half of 2025. 0 first-party games, 0 games, period. MBG already said that they have a couple of PC games going, which is funny, considering PlayStation fanboys are now talking about their games going to PC as that's a roadmap or some shit. It's funny how that happens. But like I said, he's technically right. They have nothing lined up for the first half of 2025. And as much shit as they talked about Xbox for not having nothing but only Hellblade for the first half of 2024, it's funny how that shit happens.
And 2025 is supposed to be a stronger year for Sony. So I would not be shocked if they do have a state of play they're planning for sometime in January where it's like, listen, we just want to lay out the next 3.5 months for you guys. Because that's what they did last year, and that's kind of the way they've been doing it. It's like every 3 months or so. Every 3 to 4 months, they drop a state of play to show you the next 3 to 4 months.
The one thing I think MBG isn't thinking about is he's automatically assuming that they have some shit ready to be shown for the next 3 months. And at the end of the day, that's just not the case. I mean, we haven't seen anything. They haven't announced anything. Have they announced any third-party exclusive deals? No, they haven't. So he's assuming that they're going to do the same thing they did in 2024. But in reality, sometimes that's just not the case. They might not have content ready, or third-party teams might not have content ready for the PS5 that's ready to be announced. So you can't assume that things are going to be the same every year. Just because they did it in 2024 does not mean they're going to do the same thing in 2025.
Yeah, that's absolutely worth pointing out is at this point in time last year, we knew about like 2 or 3 games that were not necessarily from Sony's first party studios, but we knew about The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. We knew about Helldivers 2. We knew about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We knew about Rise of the Ronin. These are things I believe we did know about. And so we basically had like every month there was something that Sony was dropping, to whereas this year, there's nothing. It's kind of peculiar.
Yes, he's right about this also, because when you think about games like Foam Stars, Rise of Ronin, Stellar Blade, that dropped in 2024, Helldivers 2, all of those games was announced in 2023, or some even in 2022. Those games were announced beforehand. Whereas if you look at the future roadmap, like I said, they have 4 first-party games that have been announced. We know they're developing more first-party games, but Wolverine, Fair Games, Ghost of Yotei, and Intergalactic is the only first-party games they have announced. But even their third-party games, like, please help me out in the comment section, but do they have any third-party games that's exclusive to PS5 announced? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like I mentioned, even MBG mentioned, they announced those Rise of Ronin, like some of the other games, ahead of time. They haven't announced anything besides maybe some small indie games or maybe some smaller JRPG games that's supposed to be exclusive to PlayStation. But this is funny to me. Why is this funny to me? Because for years, they talk shit about Xbox guys saying, wait till E3. And I am the first guy to admit, I was one of the guys saying, wait till E3, you ponies. Wait till E3. And E3 came and Xbox didn't show us anything new until 2020, where they showed a lot of new games. And if you look at where Xbox is right now, my God, the content is absolutely incredible. So PlayStation fanboys in 2024, they was begging for a showcase. They were saying, yo, we're having a super secret showcase. They thought there was going to be one in May. There was not one in May. Then they thought there would be one in June. There was not one in June. Then in August, there's going to be a showcase in August, September. Nothing happened. And then we started to see guys saying there would be one in December. And of course, that was a fail. And they've had state of plays this year, but none of the state of plays has been amazing. They had the one state of play that they announced, Ghost of Yotei. I guess that was a cool moment. But PlayStation content is lacking, y'all. Let's be real. In 2017, 2018, 2019, us Xbox guys admitted, Xbox, where is the content? Where's the games? Where's the first-party games? Xbox has answered that. They've invested literally billions of dollars to address their lack of first-party content, and now these games, while they have so many games, it's ridiculous. And look, MBG is one of the few PlayStation guys that call PlayStation out. He questions some of the things, and let's be real, he's right about this one, because they are not giving those guys anything. He's hoping they have a state of play in January. Who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I'm just laughing at this shit. I'm laughing. It is the end of 2024 and they are already talking about a state of play or a super secret showcase for 2025. And PlayStation doesn't have shit announced. They don't have shit, man. Intergalactic is probably 2027. They claim Ghost of Yotei is 2025, but we'll see. Like, where's fair game? What the hell is going on over there? But at least they have console sales, right, y'all? Console sales. Look, I gotta go. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble across my channel, you think I'm decent enough, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell to know when my black ass is doing some new content, baby. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shit. Damn, man.